What's up, you guys? Namakan here, bringing you my perspective as to what Aaron is bringing us. And today we will be talking about Metallica's second studio album, Ride the Lightning. Released in July 27, 1984, this album was a huge turning point for heavy metal music. One could argue the turning point already happened with Metallica's debut, Kill 'Em All. But Ride the Lightning showed the world that Metallica are not a one-trick pony and they are here to make a statement. This album peaked at number 48 on the Billboard 200, which was very impressive given the fact that none of the songs at the time received any single radio play. Ride the Lightning is certified 7 times platinum, meaning it has sold over 7 million copies in the US alone. I love Metallica. They are one of my favorite bands in the heavy metal. My favorite albums from them is a tie between And Justice for All and the Black Album. I think my favorite song from them may be One. I have reviewed a Metallica album a long time ago. That was Master of Puppets. That album is an absolute classic, and it still stands the test of time. So how does its predecessor, Ride the Lightning, stand out amongst the crowd? We will go track by track on it, starting with Fight Fire with Fire. This song starts off with a nice acoustic guitar, and then it begins with thrash metal goodness that sets the tone for what Ride the Lightning has to offer. This song is definitely a standout track, one of the best ways to open an album. This song is the prime definition of the calm before the storm. The next song is the title track. A lot of Metallica fans know that Megadeth frontrunner Dave Mustaine was also involved in the band, but left due to internal issues with the band. Ride the Lightning was the last album where he contributed. Mustaine contributed in 2 songs for this album. The other song is the last song in the album. You can definitely tell he was involved with this album, because this is a thrash banger. This song is where Lars Ulrich shines, with these pounding drums being front and center. He may be kind of a nutcase, but you cannot deny that Lars is a drumming legend, and this song proves it. Everyone else did an amazing job, but the title track is all Lars. The next track is probably the most popular song on the album, For Whom the Bell Tolls. This song is a classic. It starts off with the bell ringing, and then you hear the aggressive guitars along with the drums, and it becomes a heavy metal banger. There is a reason why this song is held in such high regard. It was an introduction for a lot of heavy metal bands at the time of its release, and it is considered to be one of the greatest heavy metal songs of all time. This song is certified 3 times platinum. 3 million people in the US have a CD copy of this song. Like, this song was a big deal at the time. The next song is another very iconic song from the band, Fade to Black. If I'm being real, this is probably my favorite song on the album. I'm a huge sucker for power ballads, and this one is the pinnacle of power ballads. It starts off with a very nice acoustic riff, and then comes a godlike guitar solo by Kirk Hammett, and my god, the transition was seamless. The song is dark, very dark lyrically. It's about having suicidal feelings. For the band, this was a big step for them, according to lead singer James Hetfield. Amazing song. There is a reason why this is one of their most popular songs, and why it is considered to be one of the greatest heavy metal songs of all time. The next song is called Trapped Under Ice. It is the shortest song in the album, but it certainly packs a punch, especially with Kirk Hammett with the guitar solos. This album is probably the best guitar work I've heard from both Kirk and James. The next song is called Escape. Another short song from Metallica's standards. The one thing that Ride the Lightning improves from Kill 'Em All is that the melodies are so much better. Like, they are way more memorable, and this song proves that. The biggest contribution to this album is the first bassist to Metallica, Cliff Burton. Ride the Lightning was where he was heavily involved in the creative process, both musically and lyrically. This is where you could see that with how the band has matured with their sounds and how much variety there is in this album as opposed to their debut album. It's a shame that he left so soon, because who knows where Metallica would have gotten if he was still alive. The next song is called Creeping Death. This song was the only single for Ride the Lightning. It never charted, but it did get certified gold here in America. This song is ranked very highly in the Metallica community, with some calling it one of the best songs of all time. Lyrically, this song is in the eyes of the angel of death, who is describing the 10th plague of Egypt. If you have watched The Prince of Egypt, it is as terrifying as the band describes it in this song. What a fantastic song. Brutal song, just like most of Ride the Lightning, but amazing nonetheless. The last song is called The Call of Cthulhu. The song is not only the longest song of the album, but it is actually an instrumental. This song is the embodiment of how much Metallica grew not only as people, but as musicians. This song shows how much they've improved as a group and how creative they can get with their craftsmanship. This song is literally the pinnacle of Ride the Lightning, of how brutal and how much of an amazing record it is. There is nothing like Ride the Lightning. This is peak thrash metal. It is peak heavy metal. So many metal bands have been influenced by this album ever since this album came out. Even other artists not even in metal have used Ride the Lightning as inspirations as to why they make music. It was such a huge deal in general for so many people. Metallica's Ride the Lightning gets a 10 out of 10. There is nothing like this album, honestly. Is it my favorite Metallica album? Honestly, after I've contemplated about it, but it might just be. For a while, it was a tie between the Black Album and Justice for All, but I think Ride the Lightning is where Metallica's defining identity truly shines, and these songs are so fucking good. It is a short album, going for almost 40 minutes, but this album is the prime definition of all killer, no filler. And for those of you that have heard Metallica's Ride the Lightning, did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments down below. Where did you guys rank this album among Metallica's discography? Is it your favorite? Is it in your top 3? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And if you want to, you can also follow me on Instagram, Backlog, and Letterboxd down in the description down below. If you have somehow never heard this album before, I will put the link to the album down in the description down below, because it needs to be heard by everyone. Even people who are not familiar with metal at all, I implore you to check this album out. There is a reason why this album is so highly regarded amongst the music community. It stands the test of time, even decades ago. So, without further ado, this is Namakan. I'll see you all